Dave Marsh, iGolf TV, back once again. Now I want to give you some advice today about lowering those scores, of course, but there's 3 tips that I want to work through. Tip number 1 is going to be about the setup and holding your finish. Tip number 2 is going to be a short game drill that I want you to work on because we need to get that ball up and down if we miss the green. And finally, number 3 is going to be about strategy. Strategy is an area of the game that I feel too many handicap players, they don't think about, they don't work on, they don't set a plan for themselves. If you're going to get out on the course and score low, you've got to know how you're going to do that. So let's hit you with the first tip. Tip number 1, now if you're into scoring as low as possible, you're going to find 10 or 15 minutes of time before you go out to play to hit the driving range. These are the things that I want you to work on. Remember, now's not the time to work on swing mechanics. These are 2 simple things you can take to the course. Number 1 is the setup position. I've got a pitching wedge, a 5-iron and a driver, and I want you to set some balls up and really work on standing to that golf ball as well as possible. Remember, the way you stand to the golf ball is going to affect all the moves after that. So a player that is stood in an athletic position, what that means is we've got a nice bit of flex in our knees, we've got our buttocks stuck out, we're bent over there, our arms are hanging in front of our body. Now when I set up to that golf ball with this pitching wedge, I look like a good player, and that's what I want you to do. I want you to look like a good player before you even hit the ball. So work there. You're going to get into position with that pitching wedge, work on a good posture, don't get too tight over the ball. Now hold that finish. Look at me there. If someone was taking a photograph of me, I'd look perfect. Then I go to the 5-iron. Same thing. Feet just a little bit wider than on the pitching wedge. Good setup position. Look at these knees, nicely flexed. Arms hanging in front of my body. Stand up, be athletic. Golf's a sport, remember that. Good setup position. Go. Hold that finish. Now my tip with players is try and hold the finish until either the ball lands or if you're really good, the ball stops moving. Finally, we go to the driver. These are 2 really key thoughts you can take onto the golf course with you. Get set up in a really good position, arms hanging nicely in front of the body. Hold that finish. Now if you get into the habit of holding your finish until that ball lands or alternatively stops moving, you're going to be able to take that to the golf course. Because remember these 2 simple things. We're getting a good setup position at the start of our swing and we're getting that good finish position at the end of our swing.